Hey y'all, my name is Nori and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so this is going to be my May wrap up, and I cannot believe that while I'm filming this is June. We are like halfway through this year. What the hell? But whatever, y'all. I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown every single year that the time goes by so fast. My stats, I'll put them up here and I'll do my little pie chart. But this month I read 16 books. 2 of them were sci-fi, 7 of them were manga, 2 of them were comics or graphic novels. 1 of them was a contemporary, 1 of them was a poetry collection, 1 was a romance, 1 was a children's book / YA book, you'll see, and the last one was historical fiction. I will put my I'll put my pie chart there so you can see that. So right now and my ratings were 9 5 stars, 3 4 stars, 3 3 stars, and 1 2 stars. So we did pretty damn good this month. I will post the average right up there. I think we did great because I read a lot of stuff that I absolutely loved. So for this wrap up, I think we're going to get the graphic novels and the mangas out of the way, and then we could just start talking about everything. So make sure to stick throughout the video to actually see what I read this month. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about, it is the lowest star rating of this month, and it is Who is AC by Hope Larson. I tried to get into this comic book. I think the problem is that it was maybe targeted for a lower age audience, or maybe I was just not in the right mind at all. This follows Lynn, and it starts off that she's on an airplane on a trip, and she goes to the bathroom. Her phone breaks, but somehow between her phone breaking, it actually, once she uses it, it turns her into a superhero. So that just follows her story. I did not understand this. My brain did not retain the information. So I think this is the only reason why I gave it a 2 stars. I like the touch of purple. Like, it's a black and white comic, and whenever she turns into a superhero, you know, it just shows the purple, which I absolutely love because my favorite color is purple. But 2 stars because I don't know what the heck happened in this book, and I couldn't even tell you. And the other graphic novel that I read, I don't have I do have a physical copy. I just can't find it. It is lost with one of my other books because I'm trying to organize my room. I'll put a picture up there, and it is Saga Volume 1. Now, if you haven't heard of Saga, I don't know where you've been, because even people who don't really read graphic novels love Saga. So this is a highly popular series, and the best way to describe it is Romeo and Juliet in space. Now, there's a lot of political drama, there is a lot of action, there are things being questioned. I love this series. I love the characters. I swear, I feel the characters feel so real, and the way that this book kind of just sucks you in through these multiple different characters. And these different characters are after the 2 main ones, but you can't help but, you know, feel sorry for them. It's just crazy. This series, it is a masterpiece, and it has 9 volumes right now because the creators took a hiatus. I don't know when volume 10 is coming out, but hopefully it comes soon, because this is a well-loved graphic novel series, and I highly suggest you pick it up too. Next one, it is the young adult, I want to say it's a children's book, but it's not really a children's book. It's a YA book, but it is Socata by Sean Tan. This was super interesting, but again, I like the art style a lot. I'll show you the page number 1. Art is actually really cool. I really enjoyed the format, but this follows a bug, and he's just really unappreciated at work. Nobody treats him well. You know, he's working his butt off and he gets no recognition. And then at the end of his time working there, he decides to retire. And in the end, I don't want to spoil it, but a transition happens and it's really nice. But besides that, I didn't really get much out of the story. Maybe somebody else, like I saw on Goodreads, some people absolutely loved it and loved the meaning, but for me, I didn't really get much out of it. So 3 stars. Alright, getting into our manga section, and there is 2 series. And the first series that I want to talk to you guys about, it is Waiting for Spring by Anashi, and I have volumes 1, 2, and 3. Besides these covers being absolutely vibrant and really cool, I thought it was alright. Like the first volume, volume 1, I absolutely loved. I was like, oh, these characters are so interesting. I want to know what's going on. And then by 2 or 3, I kind of lost interest. So I don't think I will be continuing on with the series. So the first one got a 4-star, second one got a 3-star, and the third one got a 3-star as well. And yeah. This follows Mitsuki, and she is a wallflower in her high school. And she got bullied a lot, and she only had one friend in the past, but she has decided to finally, you know, start making friends and start developing a new life in high school. So she works at this word cafe, and there she meets the group of basketball team, which is all the 4 boys, and they've begun this unlikely friendship, and she starts falling in love with one of the basketball boys, but the basketball team cannot date. So it just follows her through her adventures, and there are more stuff that comes along. I just honestly, I was not a fan of the direction that these books went to, and plus, let's be honest, the basketball team are jerks. The guys are jerks. So yeah, I thought I was gonna like the series, and I really love the way that they look, but it's just, it wasn't for me. Alright, and the last manga series that I want to talk about, which has risen to one of my favorite manga series of all time, it is Yona of the Dawn by Mitsuho Kusanagi. Oh my god, I freaking love the series. Covers are really pretty as well. I cannot get enough of this series. I have nothing but great things to talk about. And even though the anime is not finished, and there might be some rumors in 2020 for a season 2, I still think it is worth watching, and I still think that this manga is definitely worth picking up. So this follows Princess Yona, her bodyguard Hawk, and Suwon, Prince Suwon, and sorry guys, in Princess Yona's 16th birthday party, she wants to tell her father that she loves Suwon and she wants to get married with him, but tragedy strikes upon her when she goes and finds her father and sees that Suwon kills him. So she has to flee with Hawk and figure out what she's going to do. Plus there is this legend of the 4 dragons where you get to find out in the series. And if you couldn't tell, all of these books got 5 stars. This whole entire series for me has a 5 stars, and I cannot wait to finally pick up the other series because I just need to know what happens, y'all. This is such a good series. If you love manga, or if you want to start reading manga, I definitely suggest that you pick Yona of the Dawn. Alright, so we're going to talk about our 4 stars leading up to all of our 5-star reads, and the book that I'm going to talk about, it is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This received 4 stars. I was cracking up with this book. I absolutely love Helen Huang's writing style, but I did have some issues with them, which are commonly known for like everybody who's read this book as well. So this follows Kai and Ezue. Kai is in the autistic spectrum, and he feels like he cannot love anybody. And mom is concerned about him, so she goes to so the mom goes to Vietnam to find a prospective wife for him, but the one that she finds, which is Esme, which is her American name that she gives herself, she has a child and she just wants to provide for the child, do the best for her child. So she takes up Kai's mom's request to spend a whole summer there, and if Kai falls in love with her, then they can get married, and she can get papers, and she can bring her whole entire family and provide for the for her family like she really wants to. And that's all I want to say about this book. Now, this book was hilarious. It was fantastic, but the two problems that the main problem that I had is that throughout the whole entire book, Esme keeps her child a secret. And she does feel really bad about it. Like, throughout the whole entire book, she feels bad and she wants to tell Kai and she wants to tell everybody that she does have a child. But it does not happen till the very end of the book. And that's where I see the issue coming from. So besides that, this book is more of like a 4.5 because I really did love it. But yeah, it was still great and I still recommend it. Alright, the next book that I do not have a physical copy, but I really want to get it because, again, 5-star read. And it was An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Now, this book, I honestly didn't think I was going to love it this much because, honestly, I had a love-hate relationship with April May. I didn't even know what this girl was doing at some point. But, here. Follows April May and her group of friends, which includes Maya and Andy and some add-ons along the way. Now, April May stumbles upon this giant robot, which she thinks it's a sculpture. She calls her friend. It's like super late at night, and she makes this funny interview style video, posted it on YouTube about this giant figure. Now, when this YouTube goes viral because the corals showed up all around the world and nobody knows what, there's a possibility that this can be an alien species, and April May is literally at the center of it. So she blows up social media, everything, and it just shows, you know, the effects of social media on her life, you know, her safety, her relationships, and everything. And she has to find out, well, she doesn't have to find out, but she takes it upon herself to find out who are the corals and what do they want from the humans. So this book just follows her adventure finding out, and this book was so intense. It was crazy. It was realistic, besides, you know, aliens landed on Earth and a couple stuff that happens. The way that they talk about, you know, social media and relationships is just really realistic, and it was a great book. And April May, even though she was a very frustrating character at the beginning, I grew to absolutely love her and to be like protective of her, which is weird because at first I was like, girl, you is a hot mess, but she grew on me, and I cannot wait for the second book. And Hank Green is doing a second book, which is very exciting because the way that this book ended, it leaves you with questions. The next book that I want to talk about, it is a poetry collection called Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda. If you don't know, Lin-Manuel Miranda is he directed and he acted, he did the music, he practically did the whole thing with his help of his team, Hamilton. And if you've never heard Hamilton, it is a huge Broadway show. The soundtrack is amazing. Please listen to it. And he came out with this book because he's always on Twitter, and the things that he posts on Twitter are super encouraging and people absolutely love it. So he came out with this book, and it's literally a pep talk for like everyday, pretty much the pep talk fits for every single day. And like just the dedication. So the dedication is literally for you holding this. I freaking love this poetry book. I do not like to rate poetry books because it is personal to the author, and I don't think that's really fair, but I gave this a 5-star read because last month my mental health was just all over the place. It was crazy, and this book and the way that he writes things, it did motivate me and it did cheer me up, and I think everybody should pick this book up and leave it in their collection. So whenever you're feeling down and you just need a small pep talk, I highly recommend that you pick this book up and that you read it. And it's definitely going to stand the test of time. So yeah, I highly recommend this, and I got a 5 stars. Now we have 2 more books to talk about, y'all. Hang on. Okay, I know it's a lot of books, but I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible so that you don't get bored throughout this video. And the second to last book that I'm going to talk about, it is The Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. Y'all, first of all, this book is a chunker. It is, and I flew through this book. Get it? But I flew through this book. This book was so freaking good. I read it through audiobook, and the audiobook is phenomenal, y'all. It had the music, it had sound effects. It is one of the best audiobooks that I've ever listened to because I was just engaged the whole entire time. Now, a lot of worries for this book is if you haven't watched the movies. Now, if you haven't watched the movies, this book kind of explains everything very well, enough that you don't actually have to watch the movies to get into it. But if you have watched the movies, then I highly suggest that you pick this up because it is so accurate. And if you love the movies, I think you're going to have a blast reading and listening to this audiobook. So this follows 2 characters, Thane Kyrell and Sienna Rhee. Now it follows them from childhood all the way to adulthood, and I don't really want to say anything else about this book, but if you can tell from the cover, you know that these 2 best friends, almost star-crossed lovers if you want to call them, one of them makes a decision and the other one makes another one. So we follow these 2 characters, and we follow well, we don't follow them, but you get to see some of the characters in the movies. I highly suggest everybody to read this book. And, yeah, it is phenomenal. And it is, another thing about this book that is part of the canon. So this does follow the story to the T, y'all. To the T. Now, the last book that I read, which was again a 5-star read, and I kind of knew it was going to be a 5-star read because this book blew up last year, and I am talking about the one and only 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book was phenomenal. I didn't think, because the hype was just so big on this book, that I didn't think I was gonna like it, because I was like, are these people just hyping this book up? Or I didn't understand until I picked this book up, y'all. And it is so good. This took me through all the emotions. So this follows Monique, and Monique is in a rough patch in her life, you know. She is getting a divorce. Her job is pretty much in the air right now because she's not exactly where she wants to be. And yeah, so Evelyn Hugo is donating all her dresses to this gigantic charity, and she calls the company that Monique is working for, and she says that she wants to do a piece, but the only person that can do it is Monique. So Monique goes and meets Evelyn Hugo, and it turns out that Evelyn Hugo was lying, and she doesn't want to do the piece for these people. She wants Monique to write her memoir or her biography, and that's where the story takes off. So Evelyn Hugo threw down the towel and spilled all the tea in her life and why she had 7 husbands and who is her one and true love. So this book pretty much takes you, so it's flashback after flashback and interviews and all that stuff. And oh my god, this book was so good. I just think that everybody can take a piece out of Evelyn Hugo and just store it in their heart because this book is absolutely amazing. So yeah, definite 5 stars. I highly recommend. This totally boosted itself to like top 5 favorite books, y'all. It is that good. Please read it. Alright, y'all, that is the end of this May wrap up. I had an excellent reading month for me because I had so many books that I absolutely loved and so many new series that I would like to continue, so many great authors, all that cool stuff, y'all. So thank you so much for sticking around, and yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. What was your top 3 favorite books that you read in the month of May? I will see you in the next video. Bye.